Hello everyone, this is Sharia. So today we are going to learn object-oriented programming or OOP or OOPS for C++. Okay. So in this series or in this tutorial, in the left side you can see a software and right side is our node. So why we need a node and why we need a software? First, let's understand we need a practical knowledge or also a theoretical knowledge. In the theoretical knowledge, we are considering to use our node, and in the practical we are considering to use our real-time software. So it has a free software called Pencil. Today is a open source software. This is we are going to use to understand our code, and here is the right side is our object oriented programming node, and in this node we are covered in 54 page. Okay, 54 page, sorry. In this node we are covered in 55 page to understand all everything about object oriented, like what is object oriented programming, uh, the four pillar of object oriented programming: inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation, and other thing like advanced topic like pointer and exception handling and template and so on. Okay, so first we go to our software and run it. Let's look up how it's look like. This is a software called Pencil and it's look like, and it's created fully functional in Qt application like Qt for framework C++. Also it has a bunch of programming template or code. uh, in this series we are going to understand all of the code which is required for our lesson. So first, here you can see it is called object oriented programming, like a it has an object and also it oriented and is a programming. Object means as entity. If I zoom it, object means an entity existed in the real world. Okay, so in the object oriented concept, how many programming languages are used in object oriented programming? Object oriented concept like C++, C sharp, Java, JavaScript, Python, etc. are uses. Also Dart is an object oriented programming. Okay, so in object we need two things. Okay, one thing is data and one thing is code. So in data, like a procedure or method, like in code is like a procedure or method. In data, like a attribute or properties. Okay, so we know C is a procedural language and object oriented programming is C++. So we learn how the different is it is, and let's understand what is the main different in the C++ and C. Okay, so in the procedure OP or oriented programming means programming is divided into a function or function, and object oriented means program is divided into object. Okay, so we can understand that in C program or any OP program, OP only for OP program, it also define a function or means function type program, and OP means it's also define a object oriented or object program. Okay, the concept of inheritance is uh, the height in the OP, and the inheritance is the main pillar of object oriented. Okay, uh, in procedural program it is a top down approach, and top down approach means the program will start top to bottom. Okay, and object oriented programming is a bottom up. Okay, bottom to up type programming. Okay, so top down approach and bottom up approach. Virtual function, we understand what is virtual function in later. So let now understand what is virtual. So in OP, virtual function is not used, and object-oriented programming, virtual function is used. It is only one pillar. No code reusability. So in OP, no code is reusability, or means no code with reusability, or the step by step we learn how we use the code reusability. In existing code will be used. Okay. So in OP, or oriented programming, is a less secure data hiding, and OP and C++ is as encapsulation is used to hide data. Okay. And OP easy to add new data, and OP is easy to add new data. This is a common. Okay, I think I have a mistake. Easy to add new data in OP is not required or not sufficient. So in OP based programming like oriented programming like C, Python, Pascal, and object oriented programming is like a C++, Java, and Python. Okay, this is our first requirement. Okay, so let's go our second page and understand shortly what is that. So features of object oriented is like a class and object. Okay, so here you can see what is class. Class means user defined data type like data and function, or can be used by creating an instance of a class. So can be creating instance of a class means or object. Okay, so here is the template or chars or code snippet. You can see what is this. Okay, so here you can see, if I zoom it. Okay, class, a student is a class or blueprint, and in this class or blueprint it has a data type called char. Name is a 20 bit size, and integer id, and void function. Okay, in the main function it has a another student called class, student class, and is a s1 is a object, and return 0. This is a template, like. Okay, so here we can see, if we understand more deeply in the C program, or C++ program, here you can see the header file of our C++, and this is our global variable called num. So in C, for beginner tutorial, I tell what is global, or what is local, or what is static, or else. Okay, so this is a global. Okay, this is a student class. The class is start here and finish here. Okay, start here and finish here. This is our main function. Okay, so here you can see our access modifier called public, and char name 21, int id is a id, and void function. This is a void no return type function. Okay, so this is a student call our class, and s1 is our object. Okay, in the C++ object oriented programming, we must be create a object to access our class. Okay, if we create an object, and that then we can access our class. So here you can see s1 name 1, name 0, s1 name 1, s1 name 2, and bunch of our core access, and this is a index like 0 1 2 3 4 5. This is the index number, and this is our character. If we create any character, we have a single quote, and if we create any string, that has a double quote, and then we call our function as dot function 1. What is function 1? This is the function 1, the no return type, but in the main it is a return type because it is a int. So here in the return type, if we run it, we can see our my name is printing up, like my name is Shahriar Hossain Shaun and number of 21. Okay, number here you can see S and N, all number if we gather in plus is called a 21. Okay, this is a short introduction our object oriented programming. Okay, and we are going to deep dive in it. Okay, so our class and object has finished to understand, but now we are going to learn what is encapsulation. Okay, so in the encapsulation you can imagine it as a capsule, like a one part or two part and combine in merge in one part, like is a capsule called left side in the capsule has a data variable and right side of the capsule is a function method. Okay, within a single unit. Okay, in the function if we manipulate data in the function we use to manipulate our data or data hiding. Okay, so let's understand how we can hide our data. let's say t1 let's say t1 is our one data, t1 is our two data. If we access the t2, like if we access the t2, we first go to our class, then we go to the t2, then we go to access, like if I create and understand, first we need a class. Okay, first we need a class. Okay, then understand the class is x. So if we access t2, okay, if we access t2, then we need to inherit t2. Okay, inherit t2, but now we are not access this t2 function or t2 object, sorry, t2 function or t2 function. Okay, if we access the t2 function, we need also a public modifier, access modifier. If the public, sorry, my typing is very much ugly. uh, let understand here, I just capital. Okay, public. Okay, so first we need a class. Okay, let's say is a class called x. If we access m1 m2 or mn something, like first we need a inherit t2. Okay, suppose we inherit t2. Okay, understand, but if we access m2 or m3 or else, we need we also need a public access modifier throw in m1 m2. If the m1 m2 is a private or protected access modifier, we cannot access it. So this is very much safety for encapsulation, our data hiding. Okay, many important roles. Okay, okay, next abstraction. Okay, so hiding the description and show only essential info, like a if we understand, if it is a driving of a car, like if you have a car, so what you need to a driver, you can steer, you can drive the car, but you not need the internal component of the, not understand the internal component how it's work or engine or anything, but in the OOP base the data will be hidden in the internal part. Okay, you can understand it. Okay, now let's deep dive our code. Okay, in three part. So polymorphism means a one person have a many clone, like understand, a one person have a many clone, same person have a different identity, like polymorphism. Like here you can see polymorphism is a many form happen exhibit different behavior in different instance, like like integer or int main has a r1 and r2 has a same function called sum23 sum1 to 2. Okay, this is called function overloading, like same function in different object, so we can call it in a function overloading. Okay, so in r1 is a integer sum, like int is a parameter. Okay, and this is the argument. Okay, sorry, this is a uh, this is a parameter and this is argument. Okay, okay, so in this we can see the integer sum int x and int y and return x plus y, and this is called int sum x plus x and xy and xz and return x plus y plus z. So here you can see the sum is a different same function called sum and sum in r1 and r2, but it's different in the method call. Okay, so this different in the method call, we can call it like a function overloading. Okay, so here you can see the operator overloading. Okay, operator overloading means you can see operator plus plus operator and plus plus data operator. This is a prefix and the this is a prefix, this is a prefix, and this is a postfix, and this is a postfix. Okay, so the inheritance we can must understand how it's work, let's understand this animal behavior. Animal is a parents class or base class, and this is our subclass called dog and cats. In dog it has a own functionality, in the cat it has own functionality, but what is the same functionality of the different what is the same functionality of the car and the cat and dog? That is they all can eat and they all can sleep. So this is our same functionality for all subclass. So this is called a parent class, and the dog and the cat is called a derived class or child class, and this is our inheritance. So how we can inherit the process? Okay, so first we go and write a for sorry wait first we name it a class, and in the class name is animal. Okay, like animal, this is our base class. Okay, and it has a eat and sleep. Like we have more class called class class dog, and we have another class called cat. Okay, so how we can inherit it? Okay, but later we can must understand or briefly understand how many inheritor in there and how they use it. Okay, so if we inherit our A class to the D class, we need a colon. Okay, we need a colon and just put the class name. Okay, but something I think it might be talking to you that if you access any private or public, that in the class first you can say the access modifier like call public. Here is the short form of P, but you can write all the alphabet in the public, or anything called private. But in the private section, if you access it, it is called another topic like a friend function. We also talk about this later. Okay. Okay. So dynamic, what is dynamic binding? So first understand what is dynamic binding. So dynamic binding has a different category like late binding or runtime binding or linking binding and connecting. Okay. So the code associated with a given procedure call is known as with until the call is runtime. Okay. So message passing. Okay. How the message is communicate in a class or a object oriented. The message object 1 and object 2 is communicate to the request to the procedure execution, name of object, name of function and information of B set. Okay. So pause. So this topic we say how we communicate the object to object, one object to another object, how we can communicate it. There is a different way like name object or name of the function. Okay. So in the object oriented programming, what is the benefit and how we can use it? So what is the differ from the other stack? So in object oriented we have a code reusability, data hiding, message passing, security and update changes is easy. Okay. So here you can understand basic structure of C++ language. Okay. Documentation section, document like object logic and initial details, and it has a comment non-compile, and it has a optional like this is a multiple comment. And linking section, like what is the linking section, like header file. First we have a preprocessor and the preprocessor name and the header file. Okay, this is a standard header file, and if we create we also create our own header file called what is this what you might think, you can create the header file as you want. Like here in the software, if we look at this, here you can see many of the user defined header file are here. All of the here header files are user defined. You can create your own header file, but this not a public this not a standard header file. And if you see, this is a unique features of the open OP, like a namespace calling grouping various entities, and like a namespace has a bunch of class and bunch of function in a one namespace, and all namespace are in a one header file called like iOS team or anything else. Okay. Or definition section, like a has defined max 5 in C. We first see that we can define it like a constant max 5. In previous lecture we are talking about this runtime compilation or compiled and compilation. So define is another way to the C++ as define max 5. Okay, so let's go our page 6, global declaration section and function declaration section and main function. Okay, so in the global declaration we access all the parts of the program to our program, and it also a variable, class defined, and etc. Function declaration section, function declaration section, all subprogram and function or class which own program needed. Okay, function declaration section, all subprogram or all function and class which are in a program need it some call x and y and return it. Okay, in the main function section it tells compiler where the start the execution and all statement to be executed within it main. Okay, so what we can understand in this? Okay, what is main function? Call two things. Okay, what is main function is a two things that all the compile where to be start and execute in the main function through, and all the statement with the execution will be the main function. Okay, the function declaration section, what is function declaration section? And function declaration section, here all the subprogram and function or class which your own program needed you can define it. Okay, our global variable means if we declare any variable upper to the main function called main, that will be the our global variable or global declaration. Okay, next, so here you can see our type, what how many type in that and how many type. Okay, so type of data in variable like a primary, derived, and user defined data type. Okay, so primary, what are those in primary data type? The primary data type are in char, float, double, bool, and void. These six elements are in primary data type. Okay, what is the derived data type or what is the user defined data type? Okay, derived data type are is array and pointer, are user defined data type is structure, union, class, enumeration. So enumeration, enum is a bunch of same type data type, class is a class, union is a same in same memory location or same data type, or structure is a different variable, different data type in once in a different memory. Okay, we also describe this pencil 2D. Later you can understand it how the real world application are applicable in the OOP. So keep patient, and we also here go here in describe to here, so don't be panic. We also describe the pencil 2D all thing, what the pencil 2D work and what is the library and how the pencil 2D header file and all things are work. So don't be panic. Okay, so primary data type. So in primary data type, integer, it has an integer called int, and it a 4 byte data type. This is the range, and type is signed and unsigned integer, and this is a format specifier called %i for integer. In C program we see the integer data type has a %d format specifier. Okay, here you can see it is a char for character 1 byte and single quote. In C++ or any programming language we also create, if we have a character we also use single quote. Okay, Okay, float and double. Float point is a number called decimal or in exponential. Okay, a float is a 4 byte data type and double is the 8 byte data type. This also is same like a little brother or big brother. Like float is a little brother and double is a big brother, or 2 multiple time is 4 and 8. Okay, double has a 2 time precision of float. Okay, and the format specifier float is a %f and double is a lf. Okay, %lf. Next. Okay, boolean. So boolean means is a true false or 0 1 or something called on off. Okay, used in a conditional statement and loop, etc. Like if we define any boolean type data type, first we need a keyword called bool, then our identifier called x, and then equal, and then is our true or false. If we need anything, like if we need a true for our program, we write it as a true, or if we need a false program, we write it a false. Okay, this is a 1 byte data type. Okay, next, void means nothing, empty or no value, that no return type 0 byte, and void is a function called return type 0. Okay, derived data type is a array. Okay, so what is array? So array is a collection of same time data data type, continuous memory location. Okay, here you can see our size of array. We in size of array, uh, user can define it how many size of the array. Here you can see 0 1 2 3 4 is a index, and 1 2 3 4 5 is a position. So this is most useful and most understandable concept, that what is index and what is position. So in the index it start with 0, in the position it will start with 1. Okay, and the right of the array, arr is the array short form, and bracket is I, that is our declaration method. Okay, so let's go to the pointer and reference. Okay, a pointer is nothing but like a point, memory location or memory address. Okay, so integer in asterisk sign ptr is a 1000 and point to the 5. So 1000 is called a memory location, and 5 is our value and is point to the 5 integer data. Okay, integer data to the point is. Okay, data type pointer, asterisk pointer, and etc. Like integer a equal to 5, that we can point it to the asterisk sign, and the address we reference is a ampersand sign. Okay, double asterisk mean double pointer, that two time of memory location, and then we can address it to the address modifier, ampersand sign, and then we call it a pointer, then we point the to 0 or 20. Okay, what is reference? Data type and reference is a variable, like integer a equal to 5, integer ampersand b equal to a, and b is the reference to a, and b is to 10, and variable will change. Okay, user define another data type called structure and union. So structure means stuck. In the structure we here define in C++ called stuck, struct, stuck, and the stuck name. Okay, here you can see in the structure, if we create a number of variable or data type, this is a same or different anything else, integer or float, if we combine it you can create it, and you can access it though a dot operator in A or B if you wish. In union must be, it has a call union, and this is a union name, and it is must be the same type, not the different type. In different type we can use the structure, and in this union we also access it dot operator, but it is not a class dot operator, it is a union dot operator. Okay, so enumeration. Okay, enumeration means enum. This is another user defined data type used to assign name of the content. Okay, here actually the enum is used for switch case in real life world. Example, application development, bunch of user or developer use enum for the case, like if we like a Swift UI or iOS application, like we have a main bottom tab to go fast enum to go home page, then second enum to go navigate cart page, and third enum to go profile. That is, we can define enum to step by step or categorize in a switch case. Okay, switch case in break. Okay, enum has enum keyword, then we can type enum, then we can type our enum data type. Here you can see our enum data type. Okay, so now let's understand what is C++ token. Okay, what is token? So you can see there are 6 kind of token in HEP. One is identifier, 2 is keyword, and 3 is constant, strings, special symbol, and operators. In identifier we create integer, and keyword means int char, if, for, 95, and constant is a constant, and hash define is a constant or runtime or compile time, and string is a string, the double quote, and special symbol and operator. Okay, so here our operator called arithmetic operator. Arithmetic operator called arithmetic plus or minus or asterisk or division or module, and plus plus and minus minus. Okay, an assignment we use equal, plus equal, minus equal, asterisk equal, slash equal, percent equal, and and equal or slash equal. Okay, in comparison relational, how many types of operational, like arithmetic operator, assign, and compare relational, relational operator or compare operator called equal equal, um, exponential equal, getter less, getter equal, less equal, and logical we can use and or and not. Okay, and bitwise operator we use and, or, XOR, left shift, right shift, and tilde. It is a called tilde. Okay, and ternary it is only one called question colon. Okay, this is a ternary and very much use case. Okay, this is our operator. Okay, now control statement. Okay, there is a control statement called sequential and control conditional. So how many control statement? This is called two type, is sequential and conditional, like decision making, switch case, and loop. Okay, in decision making it has a if else or nested if else, like this flowchart called test expression, expression if text expression is false to the else body and is true if body. Okay, this is a simple like say here is you can see if else ladder or ladder diagram or plot diagram. Like if C1 is true, then it can pass S1. If false is C2, and if C2 is true, then it can go S2. If C2 is false, then it can go C3. If C3 is true, then we can go Sn, and if it's false, then we can different. It is else if else statement or if else conditional statement. Here you can see or we can see the switch case. Okay, switch case has a bunch of condition that switch if is okay, then case 1 is true. If false, case 1, then case 2 and case 3. But you can understand in switch case we have only one answer, but in real time real world example we have a bunch of answer, but in switch case we have only one result. Okay, in the our console application we have only one result. Okay, so here you can see our next topic is loop and unconditional control statement. Okay, so in loop we have while, do while and for. In this lecture while, do while and for we are covered in C for beginner tutorial, but here you can see the short answer what is while and do while and for. So in the while we can first in the condition like x is less than 5, then if the condition is true then body we can run and then we can increase it. Okay, in the do while condition first we something called first we can print something, then we can do the condition, then we can increment. But in for in most of the case the user or developer use for to initialize it and test experiment and increment or decrement it. Okay, okay, now we are see the some of the unconditional statement like go to or unconditional branching or break loop exist and continuous skip iteration. Okay, we also understand what is this. Okay, now we are go to class and object. Okay, what is class and object? Okay, so let's deep dive our deep dive our uh, software called Pencil 2D and understand it. What is the class and what is the anything else? Okay, okay, okay. So here you can see in our Pencil 2D application. First we have a define keyword. Okay, it will also we can see what is define and in diff. So here if and diff means if not defined. Okay, or here is the define. It also need and must need. Okay, so here you can see hash include bitmap image and hash include base tool. This is a preprocessor. Okay, or header file, and this is our parameter less class and this is our enumeration class. Okay, so our concern is this called bitmap bucket. Okay, this is a class called bitmap bucket, and here the class has a public specifier and private specifier. The public specifier we can here use explicit keyword or explicitly describe this, and this is a parameterless or default constructor, and this is a constructor. What is constructor? We also understand what is constructor, and this is a paint function. Okay, so in the Bitmap bucket has a explicit default constructor and a void function. Okay, this is our real application, and this is our another array function, or sorry, our template function. Okay, so if we go another header file, you can see here the same thing. You can see this is our default constructor. Why it's called a constructor? Because when the class name and the function name, this is a function, okay, this is a function name and class name are same in a same, that time we are set it to a constructor. Okay, so here you can see our colon is and public key from. So this is called inheritance. We also understand what is inheritance, that this bitmap image has inherit the keyframe of the public. Okay, and this is a public specifier, and this is our constructor, and this is our destructor. Okay, and this is a static. Okay, so let's understand our code. Okay, so first we understand what is class and what is object. Okay, class is a class, and this is a class name. A class has a access specifier and variable declaration, and access specifier has a function declaration. Okay, so what is function declaration and class declaration? This is a function declaration, this is a class declaration. Okay, and what is access control and access? This is a call public. Okay, this is a public, and this is a protector, and this is a private. In real world application, this is a called a access specifier, and you can see how many advantage or disadvantage or similar or dissimilar in the three access specifier. Here you can see the uh, private specifier, some class. Okay, same class has accessed your own function, and derived class not that, and outside of the class not that. Okay, in public we can access everything in the same class, derived class, and outside of the class. Or protected class, in the protected class we also access same class and derived class, but not in the outside of the class. Okay, so here the three snippet in public, private, and protected class. Public class, public int x and void, and class private access and private. Okay, so public is a public if public is under protected and that nested under private. That private has a limited accessibility, then protected has all the private accessibility and less equal public specifier accessibility, and public has a all accessibility to access everywhere, every time, any place in the your class, object, or function. Okay, so here you can see the scope resolution. Okay, so let's understand where is scope resolution is used and how you can use it. Okay, let's go our cpp file. Okay, let's go our cpp file. Here we can see cpp file has a scope resolution, very much scope resolution code, understand. Okay, our source code, and here our source code, and here our graphics, bitmap, okay, and bitmap bucket. Okay, now you can see our scope resolution or colon is here. Okay, so why we use scope resolution and what is the benefit, benefit, or what is the need of this scope resolution? Like something is first, our bucket is our class and the bit bucket next is a function. If we access, okay, I am telling again, if we access a class, that time in a cpp file we also create a scope resolution, and that time we access the class and the class function inherit in a public. Okay, so if anything like we access our class, that time we use our scope resolution. Okay, that time we use our scope resolution. Okay, that time we use our scope resolution. This is our implementation file. Here you can see anytime we use scope resolution. Scope resolution is mainly used in cpp file. Okay, so here you can see the scope resolution. Okay, so the scope resolution will be the global or local. So how we can understand in real life application is global and local. Okay, here you can see this and this are exactly same. So this is a global called outside of the bucket, and this is local, and this all everything is local. Okay, so next we see what is this, and note, um, scope resolution is used to define a fn outside of a class. Okay, if scope resolution what is defined outside of a class, okay, then it is a global. Okay, so here you can see class abc public specifier and void display. If we use our display, then we pass type to our void type, because uh, sometimes you can see that is a bool. What is bool? That this function also has a bool type. How we can understand this is a bool type? Okay, let's go to our definition, that can use jack field is a bool or not. Okay, first go the source and bitmap bucket. Okay, bitmap bucket and can use drag full. Okay, can use drag full. Okay, let's see, and here you can see uh, can use drag to fill is a bool type. So in the bool type, that's why we use here in a bool type. Okay, so here the function type. Okay, so what is the template or class or function prototype? Okay, or return type. Okay, so function has must be one is called function return type, that it returns something called return type. Like here every function has a return type, like return to, return something, return, yeah, return. And function name, here the function name called paint, here the function name called allo continuous field, here the function name allo field. Okay, the function name and parameter list, if has a parameter or parameter list function. Here you can see everything, that here all field is a parameter function, and allo continuous is a function, parameter function, and paint is a parameter function. So what is this? In three things we need to call it function. Like first we need a return type, function name, and parameter list. Okay, these three things combined is called a function. Okay, then we can go to the type. as a user defined function and the library function. What is the user defined function and what is the library functions? Like something say that here all things like a paint, okay, or you can zoom in, paint, okay, paint, allo, continuous field, allo is a user defined function. Okay, so what is the call library function? Okay, what is the library function? Library function call, like, uh, if you can see, is a class and is also a class, or q caller, q rect, q pointer is a class. Okay, so what is the library? Okay, library function, the creator of the, or programmer or developer of the creator of C++, which function they define their core functionalities, that is the library function. And if we, or if I define any function, that is called a user defined function. Okay, parameter passing to the function. Here you can see our parameter, sorry, okay, here is our parameter int a and b, and this is the call actual parameter or actual argument, or parameter or argument. Okay, so let's understand what is call by value and call by reference. Okay, call by value or call by reference. Okay, copy of value is passed, is a call by value, and address of by value is passed, then call by reference. If we pass a copy of value, okay, if we pass a copy of value only for value, that is called a call by value. If we pass any address, call address, okay, address, that is called pass by reference. Okay, okay, actual and format specifier will be different memory location. Okay, in the call by value, actual or formal parameter. What is actual and formal parameter? If we go here, actual parameter and formal parameter, this is a formal parameter, this is a formal parameter, and this is the actual parameter. Okay, so in call by value, the formal and actual parameter will be different memory location, but in call by reference, if we direct, or if we define a call by reference address, then actual and formal parameter will have the same memory location. In call by value, cannot change value to the AP by using FP. AP means actual parameter and FP means formal parameter. Okay, can change actual parameter and using formal parameter. What is this? That call by value we cannot change the value, and call by reference we cannot change the reference. Okay, in call by value we no need any call pointer, but in call by reference, that is why we can address the reference, that's why we need a pointer to be used to point the location. Okay, address location. Okay, call by value is less efficient and call by reference is more efficient. Okay, this is a two example, in left side and right side is a asterisk x and asterisk y, that call by reference, and you can address it, and this is a call call by value, and this is our equation. Okay, so our main function and inline function, let's understand what are two different in main function and inline function. Okay, so in main function without parameter, so in main function has a without parameter call int main only for int main and return 0. Okay, and with parameter call int main int argument C and characteristic argument B as a return type, argument count and argument vector. Okay, in terminal mail. Okay, inline function has a fast no overhead of the function call or return. Inline return type fn are the parameter of the block. And let's understand our next what is the okay, this is our normal function and inline function example or snippet, code snippet. Okay, so in normal function we have a call main and my function and flow control, and that is my function. An inline function main is a main function, and this nested main function has a my function, and the my function has a nested or any function called my function as the same name and body. Okay, so where the inline function not work, we can understand how where the inline function is not work, like loop, static variable and recursive function and switch or go to has no to use, don't use in inline function. Okay, loop, static variable and recursive and string. Okay, so in inline function first and very beginning of the line we first name the keyword called inline, then we can return type, and then we write our function name and the formal variable. Okay, or parameter we can pass that int a and int b, then the procedure is the same. Okay, so here you can see the explicitly. Okay, explicitly means declare the class defined outside of the inline keyword. Okay, if we add any keyword in a class called explicit, here you can see explicit. Here you can see the explicit. Okay, that means the define the outside of the inline keyword class. Okay, okay, now go to the memory allocation of a object and a static data member. Okay, okay, so memory allocation of a object all the time of the declaration and not when the class is defined. Okay, memory allocation of the object when we can memory allocate our object all the time of the declaration, when all the time of our um, declaration time we can allocate our memory in the object, not when the class is defined, and every object or separate individual copy of all variable of a class. An object does not have a separate individual copy of function and only one copy in the shared among each object. Okay, so memory allocation of an object. Okay, the next topic is static data member. Okay, only one single copy on data member is shared among all the object or called class. Okay, in the class student public call static. Okay, static means is a local or statically binding. Okay, but later we understand in deeper to the static. Okay, here you can see the static method. Okay, so the static method is a static member can have the access to only other static or can have access to only other static member declare function in the same class Okay, in static member we can only access, okay, static member we can declare in a function and only access other in the same class can be called using class normal, okay, an instance of the object. And static member, here you can see static member we can emphasize scope resolution use and the function like a scope resolution use in the function and access it like a scope resolution function and use it. Okay, here the code has a class abc and in code and static and public. Okay, then we can use the int abc and static member to the scope resolution, that's it, to the main function above, and this is our code. Okay, okay, array of object, okay, aob or array of object. Array of object is a variable type class and syntax class declaration and public data type member and member function. Array of class, array of uh, array of object, class name and object name, like class name or object name and size. Okay, like student as 50. This is the array of variable of type class. Okay, and class name student and int the role and public. Okay, this is in another type, and in this type we also create another class object called 50 size, and we has a for loop of this class. Okay, this is the most important, I can tell this is the most important to the friend function concept to our uh, OOP. Okay, so what is the friend function and what is the benefit of our friend function? Friend function is a call if we access any class to another class in full access like public, private and anything, that time we use a friend keyword to the that the class is the friend to the another class. Okay, the friend function to a class declare a function to a class and the outside of the class with the friend keyword. Okay, here you can see if we create any friend, that outside of the class we can access it, we can create a friend. Okay, this is a template. So what is this is a friend function, and what I tell later what is friend class. Okay, so it has access to private. Okay, what I am say later is has access to the private and protected member of the class in which it is declared as a friend. Okay, like if I declare in a bitmap bucket to a friend in another, like another class called bitimage, then I can access everything like private, public, protected, everything in the bitmap image in the bitmap bucket class. Okay, and here is the syntax and here is our template. This is a normal class and this is a friend class. Okay, so before we talk our constructor, let's get short break to our constructor. Okay, no short break. Like, okay, what is constructor and destructor? Okay, in here you can see, like here, this is a constructor, this is a constructor, this is a constructor, this is a constructor. This five are constructor, and this is a called destructor. What is destructor? This is a tilde sign we can use, and call is destructor. Okay. Special member of function initialization, that object and its class, same name of the class name invoke when it an object is created. Okay, and should be declared in the public section. Special member of function. Okay, this is a special member of function initialize the object and its class, the same name of the class name. Okay, same name as the class name. This is important, same name of the class name. Constructor has the same name of his class name. Okay, involved on an object is created. Okay, and should be declared in the public section, and no return type. Okay, no return type. Here you can see there is no return type. And something, there are three type. This is called default constructor, parameterized constructor, and copy constructor. Here you can see the two example of the default constructor, parameterized constructor. Okay, so here you can see the parameter constructor, parameter constructor, and here you can see here the one copy constructor. Copy constructor means like this are also a copy constructor. Okay, here you can see this and also a copy constructor, this and this also a constructor, and this will be default constructor, and this will be parameter constructor. Okay, here you can see bunch of application. Okay, multiple constructor. Here you can see if we create same name, that this is also called a multiple constructor. Like this is also called a multiple constructor, that same name different parameter, so this is also called a multiple constructor, and this is the most useful example in this case. Okay, and destructor, here you can see destructor tilde sign multiple है, this is destructor. Okay, so this is a inheritance concept. Inheritance is a relationship. It allows to create a new class from an existing class. Okay, and child class, derived class, point class. Here you can see in firstly in very beginning of the tutorial I tell what is animal class, eats, sleep, and dog and class. Okay, and how we can access it, like call class dog and the public animal and private animal. You can see if you wish to access. So here the some of the key different, that public has no change, protected has base class and derived class, and blah blah blah. So here is the something called the key different of the three type, like visibility and public derivatives, and public declaration and protected derivation. Like in public case, no inheritance and no inheritance and no inheritance, and protected case, in protected, public and protected, and public case you can access public, protected, and private. Okay, the type of inheritance, like single, multiple, multi-level, and hybrid and hierarchical. Okay, let's understand what is those. So single inheritance, one derived class inherit from one base class, like a one derived class has a one base class. Here is the example. Okay, single inheritance. Okay, this is a called single inheritance. Okay, multiple inheritance if two class is access on inherited one single class, that is called multiple inheritance. And you can see the example or code snippet. And multi-level inheritance, like one base class is inherit the second class, and second class is inherit to the third class, and third class is inherit to the fourth class. This chain class inheritance is called multi-level inheritance. Okay, this is our code template. Okay, that's why this is, you can see class A, and class A is inherit to the class B, and class B is inherit to the class C. That is called multi-level inheritance. Okay, so hierarchical inheritance, here you can see hierarchically they can combine, like A will be access to the B and A class will be the access to the C. Here you can see our code snippet that class B and class C inherit to the class A, and class A same things, that it is hierarchically inheritance. Okay, so now let's understand our main goal concept or pointer concept to the memory management in C or C++. In memory management in C, we use malloc, calloc, alloc, and free. Okay, dynamic memory allocation is called calloc, and free is the allocated memory. Okay, in C++ we use only new and delete. Okay, only use new and delete. Object can be created with new and delete. Okay, declare with delete. Okay, now if we look at up, our code has a source file and source. If we okay, here you can see any of the code file, okay, here you can see this is a called delete UI. Okay, delete UI, this is a called delete UI. So this is our delete. Okay, this is a delete, and where the new, and this is a new. Okay, where is the new? If we okay, where is the new? I see the new, uh, delete, new example, new, yeah, here you can see the new. Okay, that it allocate the memory of the UI. Okay, and this will call to this, that this. Okay, also. Okay, so the new and delete will be the C++ memory allocation of the pointer use. Okay, the pointer, in previously we can talk about what is the pointer. Okay, so in pointer arithmetic is a plus plus, minus minus, plus plus equal, minus minus equal, and pointer 1 to pointer minus. That five parameter, five size array, and 1 2 3 4 5, this is a index, and 0 position, and 0 1 2 has a index. Okay, this is a int, and point to it, and this is a pointer to the point location. Okay, and if we follow the matrix to the 2-dimension and 3-dimension, this is a called 2-dimensional array, like our first array, and I and y, and to the second array. Okay, here you can see our array. So let understand what is pointer to pointer. Okay, pointer to pointer address. Okay, these are 200 and 105. Okay, so in pointer 1 and pointer 2, so you can see in pointer 1 we use asterisk 2 times, and pointer 1 we can use asterisk 1 times, and in the bar we not use any pointer. That the left side we go more of the left side, we go more of the pointer asterisk sign. Okay, that bar is a point to the pointer this, and this pointer will throw to the pointer 1 to pointer 1, and 1 to the pointer 2. Okay, when this will be the another pointer to point to the this, then we can use 3 asterisk sign to the that, and all time the it access the 5 of the value. Okay, void pointer, no allocate data type, void keyword generating or generic pointer or generic type or generic pointer. Okay, these are important. These are called void pointer is a generic pointer and syntax. Okay, and it has also a null pointer. Okay, so here you can see the object of pointer like an access member of the core concept. Like if we access the member of pointer to the dot pointer, and another way to the member using this sign. So here you can see this sign, arrow sign and the arrow sign, arrow sign and arrow sign. If we access it, you can access the member using pointer. If we access any member of pointer, we can use the array sign, and if we access any member of pointer, we also use dot, we also use the this. And dereferencing, or if we dereferencing to the pointer, we can use stick pointer dot. Okay, pointer to derived class. Okay, pointer to derived class declared to the derived class can be used to the access member of the base class in derived class. Okay, this is our base class, this is also our derived class. This is also inherit with the, what is the base class? This is the A called base class, and this is the B or derived class, and we can access it to the pointer asterisk sign. Okay, so virtual keyword or virtual function, if we have more of the function as the same in different location or different namespace, if there is no any conflict, or if any conflict create, not any conflict create, that time we use a virtual keyword to that conflict not create. Okay, a member of the declare in base class and it redesign and derive class to achieve the runtime polymorphism. To runtime mirror occur, we can use virtual keyword. Okay, okay, polymorphism. Okay, so polymorphism has a function overloading, operator overloading. In beginning of the tutorial, I can say that, and runtime. Okay, runtime has a virtual function and dynamic binding. Okay, so in polymorphism has a static binding, static linking, and early binding. So here you can see the polymorphism and the pointer to the static binding. So rules of virtual function, here we can see bunch of rules to our virtual function. It should be member of same class. So in the virtual function should be a member of same class. It cannot be static. The static function are not the virtual function. Okay, it is accessed by using the pointer. Also it is important that the virtual function will be accessed in the pointer. Okay, it can be a friendly another class also, and it must be defined in the base class, and even if it may not be used. Okay, a class may have the virtual declaration, but that cannot be a virtual constructor. Okay, the prototype of the virtual function should be a same in the base and well in the derivative class. Okay, static and compile time polymorphism. Okay, so overloading, function overloading, and function has the same name but different. Okay, this is called. So operator overloading, what is operator overloading and how we can define it, our operator overloading. So you can see syntax and class, classmate and public and return type, operator symbol. Okay, and unary operator. Okay, operator overloading and unary operator overloading. Okay, this is our code snippet, and you can see that in public and private and void. So this is a prefix, okay, function. Okay, to make plus plus work as a postfix, void operator plus plus and that is, and binding operator work with the two operand and syntax inside of the class and return type of the. So this is our code example. You can pause the video and see what is the code example, and I also create some exercise to your practice and code snippet that you can practice it and try to understand it. What is that? Okay. Okay, our main concept of exception handling, very much important to the exception handling. In exception handling, we use throw. Okay, throw has a try block and catch block. Okay, try block and catch block. In throwing will cause with the normal program flow and to be observed in the rest of the exception. Okay, so throw exception object and try block static that cause in an exception and catch block statement that handle the exception. Okay, try, catch and throw. Okay, so let's step by step define in the example. Here in the main function, an integer type nb, and we are going to try, we are going to try if this will be true, then this will be the print, and also and this all are the error, then we call the catch to the int exception to the this. Okay, so throw, how many type of throwing? So throwing that exception and throw. Okay, just you can use only throw, we can use only throw and exception, we can use throw and bracket of the exception. Okay, and catch is the catch and data type argument and statement catch, that data type argument and exception. Okay, and multiple case exception, how you can see, try then catch this and catch this and catch this. In case of the mains thrown on one match, fast and fast handle to the execution. Okay, so here you can see some of the bunch of code snippet, you can try it and solve it. Okay, here you can see, you can pause it and see it. Okay, here the same thing, you can see it and show it. So our final topic and last topic of the template. Okay, template is a very much important to reusable and create our own type. Okay, so allow to use using generic programming or generic data type. Okay, function and class template or generic type, that is right to the variety or variation of data type, and rerouting and flexibility and reusability. Okay, function template, this is a call our function template, that function template, if we use template, that first we write capital T in the template and ABC and template A and template E is the generic data type, and template we use the generic type to angular bracket and write it in the template. Okay, here you can see some of the our code snippet is called class template, and class template is a angular is class and class ABC and template X and public, and to get this. And our last is a template with multiple parameter, this is a called template, and the class T and class TU and class template is our multiple template. Okay, So in this lecture we are just covering our theoretical concept. So now our next topic will be the code snippet or code example. In the next tutorial I also provide bunch of like 20 or 30 or 15 code of different like category of object oriented and solve it and try it and homework you do all. Okay, so that is today. Thank you all and thank you for watching this full video. Thank you.